This is Sunny from TeamRippnLipz1. I got a few baits that I wanted to show you guys. I got the new PowerTeam lures swinging hammer, 4.8. I got a few colors. Some of the colors I got were I got money. It's like a light blue on the bottom, like a Casper blue swirl on the bottom with like a June bug top. I also got Slam Shad, which is my favorite color. It's more of like a black top with a silver mixed with blue flake, with like a grayish silver bottom. That's those, but I got them mixed in with some other stuff. I got the smoking minnow. It's kind of like I don't know, it's got like a pink flake, purple blue flake, silver flake, with like a dark black top with a pearl bottom. I also got, what are these ones? Casper blue swirl. Now it's kind of like a neon purple, with that silver with that pearl on the bottom. Really nice color. What else did I get? I also got the pearl color, which is the white, the pearl white, like these ones right here. What I wanted to do is I wanted to show you guys a few things that I learned in the course of using these. How I rigged it up was, this particular rig right here is this is the Slam Shad. I used a Mustad grip pin hook, the KVD. This one right here I think is the 4/0. It's not a Swimbait hook. What I'm doing with it is using a 14-pound mono with a steel bullet weight, 1/4 ounce, and I'm using a Palomar knot. And what I'm doing is I'm rigging it before the hinge, so it gives it a ton of action. Now you can change the action on these ones. These tails don't have that rounded base to them. They have a flat base, so that when you speed it up, the tail will bend like this a little bit. But this tail, I mean, it kicks. I mean, it's so flimsy and flexible that it just gives you crazy action. It's kicking side to side, and when you rig it like this, unpegged with a steel weight. And the reason I don't like to use like a tungsten weight, the material is really stiff and hard, and it's real dense. So what happens is it slams down on that knot when you pull it, and I don't like to peg it. I don't want to peg it on this setup. If I was going to do that, I'd rather just use a Swimbait hook with a 1/4 ounce weighted belly hook, belly weight. The weight would be on the bottom here. So what I'm doing is, and the reason I'm doing this kind of rig is the nose. After a few fish, I mean, any Swimbait, these aren't elastic material, so it's just like any plastic, they will rip. This one's pretty beat up and ripped up. This one's probably 15 fish. I caught maybe 10 fish on this one. On a short striker, they can pull the tail off. What I learned was, if they pull the tail off, you have a jerkbait. You leave that bullet weight style, and when you pull it, this thing darts crazy. You don't throw them away. And you guys know I don't like to waste anything. So in this one, like, the head ripped in 4 different spots from fish. So what I do is I have 4 different positions that I can re-rig this. This one's rigged on the side. So even with that, when you rig it like this with it's weightless, with that bullet weight loose, when you pull it, if you jerk it real quick, the bullet weight will jump in front, and then the Swimbait will dart all crazy. But if you just swim it regular, it will stay like that. And when you leave it weightless, this will kind of spins and moves, and it makes it look like it's hurt, and it looks like it's swimming injured. So, and you can get a couple different actions. So now with a 3/0, where the further back you have this hook to the closer to the eye, the more tail action you're going to get. you put a 5/0, it's going to be back here in the hinge. You're going to take away a little bit of action. So if you want a more subtle swimming action, you put a bigger hook. Now a 6/0 will be back here, and it will give you a little bit less action. You'll just get more of just the tail instead of more of the body twisting right here. So yeah, these things are amazing. All my first bass and pretty much everything up to about 16 bass that I caught were only on this. I threw everything. I threw a rattle trap. I threw a skiddawalk. I threw a jerk bait. I threw a spinnerbait. I threw the drop shot. I threw just a rubber worm weightless. I tried it weighted. I just couldn't get them to bite, and I knew they were there. I could see them. They were following. They just didn't want it. I put this on, and ever since they started grabbing that, I just kept throwing it, and I kept getting them. And I got one about 3 pounds, and then I got one about 4 pounds, and then I got another 3-pounder. And I even took this back off, thinking maybe they were just biting, you know, just to bite something that was there. I even threw the Excalibur square bill. I made a custom jerk bait, and I weighted it so that it sinked. It was a floater. I got one on this, and it was a short striker, and he's just very docile. They're just he wasn't really attacking it. But this, I watched them chase it, and they slammed this thing. So yeah, I mean, like I said, you can re-rig this on its side, on its belly, on its head, and on the other side, and you can use a different size hook to change your action. So that's the 4.8. The 4.8 PowerTeam lures swinging hammer, and I really suggest you guys try these out and tell me what you think. I think for my waters, some of my water's pretty clear. That slam shad, this color right here, it looks so perfect in the water. It actually looks really natural. When you swim it by weeds, it just looks like a little bait fish running out of the weeds. So yeah, like I said, keep the bodies. If the tail gets ripped off, keep those bodies, and you have a little jerkbait. I mean, you'd be surprised at how much action you get out of this with it rigged the same way with that bullet weight. And like I said, I will rig it with a swimbait hook, but just for right now, I like this. And when you kick it, like if you pull it real quick and let that bullet weight jump out in front, if you let that fall, the swimbait will fall all by itself. And it even has, you wouldn't believe how much little bit of movement you need to get that tail moving. And when it falls weightless, that tail is just kicking. Swims straight down with that tail's kicking. It's amazing. And I mean, if you're like me, I've thrown pretty much every single brand of swimbait, soft swimbaits, and I've just never seen the way you have to see it to believe me. And like I said, I'm not trying to just tell you guys about it and, you know, feed you guys bogus information. They are actually just try it out and tell me what you think. Try those rigs. Try it with a swimbait hook. Try it on a Alabama rig. Throw it on the back of a swimbait, on the back of a swim jig. Man, it's endless. You can do so much stuff with these things. And like I said, I might try this too. I might take the 4.8 tail off and put it on the 3.6 hammer shad, the JP hammer shad. Maybe get a little bit smaller presentation. So anyways, guys, that's the PowerTeam Lures swinging hammer 4.8. Suggest you guys go check it out. And if you guys want a discount on these, if you guys don't already have a discount, on the front of my YouTube I have a 10% discount link you can go to, and it brings you right to the website through the link, and I'll give you 10% off, and just follow the instructions. There you go. And in the summertime, I'm probably going to I might throw this on braid, half-ounce swimbait hook. Probably throw it on like 17-pound fluorocarbon. Try a bunch of different rigs. You know, don't limit yourself. Don't just throw a bait like this and throw it on one setup. Try multiple setups, because there's going to be one of those setups that you're going to find gets you a lot more fish than normal. Like if I was just to throw this on a swim bait hook, I can't get the action that I'm getting when I rig it like this. That's why I do that. So, and I do not peg it. I leave that bullet weight loose. So, and I'll leave a little bit of a tag there, because with that 14-pound mono, it kind of keeps that bullet weight from smacking down on the weight on the knot. And I use this pretty much all day without even changing that knot, because the line wasn't scratched up, or it didn't have any, you know, little nicks in it. That line is smooth. And no problems. But when I use the tungsten just smacks back down on that knot, and it beats it up. And it really does beat it up to the point where it wants to break it. So, but like I said, try your own rigs and try, you know, tell me what you think. You know, leave me a comment, private message me, go on my Facebook, my TeamRippnLipz Facebook, or my Twitter, anywhere. All right. So, like I said, that's PowerTeam Lures Swing and Hammer 4.8. See you guys later.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.